Please welcome to the show writer-director Susan Schaefer and featured in the documentary Canadian Olympic medalist Alysha Newman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies.
Susan, as we saw from that clip, there are so many messages that women are coming at women every single day about what it means today to be quote-unquote feminine. There's the question, I go, are we strong? Are we soft? Are we modern? Are we traditional? Are we bimbos? Are we bosses? So why was this a topic that you knew you wanted to explore?
Yeah, so the film started as a companion piece to another documentary called Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, which explored masculinity trends. And there was a real appetite to look at the other side of the conversation. What's going on with femininity today? What are the trends there? And when we started to look at it, we couldn't even quantify how many trends there were. They get billions of views and millions of videos are generated. So we thought this is a good way into the story to use these trends as a backbone to kind of connect with different women that are experiencing them firsthand.
Absolutely. All right, so Alysha, let me make sure I get this right. You were the first Canadian athlete to bring home an Olympic medal for the women's pole vault. So we need to give you a round of applause for that. What's interesting is there seemed to be after that win a lot of attention paid to the way you looked and the way you moved your body. Were you surprised by that?
I don't think I'm ever surprised by that because a lot of what we do is physical, right? Like being an athlete, you're muscular and then you have a butt or you have no boobs or, you know, and I feel like it becomes your identity and a lot of people think that it's like a negative thing, but like I'm an Olympic medalist because I have this. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that that's what I really try to always focus on when it comes to that.
Good.
So in the film, you actually talk very openly about your sexuality and your relationship to it, and you also share that you joined OnlyFans in 2021.
Yes.
So what was that process like? Was that a hard decision to come to, or was it sort of like, I really need to do this?
I think anything you do, like even being a track athlete and knowing I'm not gonna be paid well, it was a leap of faith. And going on OnlyFans, I didn't know how that was gonna come back for my parents, for my siblings, for everyone. But I did recognize how strong the platform was trending. And being a little entrepreneurial, I knew that there's no bad media. And so for me launching that, as long as I knew what I was posting on there and I was comfortable with it, I was gonna monetize myself on my own terms, and that was the best part of it.
Yeah, you're in control.
So we were talking earlier, like OnlyFans, I know there's a lot of mixed perception out there. Some people think it's only pornography. I don't think either one of us have subscriptions to it, so we don't actually know. We don't actually know. So how would you describe what it is that you do?
Yeah, so pretty much it's a day in a life. Everyone kind of knows the Alex Earl of our Get Ready With Me, our big TikToker, but in Canada, we weren't paid on TikTok. And so the only way that I knew that I could monetize what I did day in and day out was on OnlyFans. And so what I do every day, eat, sleep, drink, my routines, when I tore everything in my ankle leading into the Olympics, all my acupuncture, the chiro I was getting, it was all live streamed. And I made a good lump sum of cash. And once I started seeing that, again, I had launched it in 2020 because it was a COVID Olympics and no tickets were sold for the Olympics. So I was like, OnlyFans, I'm gonna bring the fans to the Olympics with me. Smart. And I was like, I'll keep it for the 16 days. Well, it blew up. And I was like, oh, all right. And 5 years later, I'm still on it. And again, it serves its purpose for me. I'm very much financially independent for myself. I get to post when I want. I get to talk to my fans when I want. And it's just an incredible, uplifting community because they're invested, right?
Yeah, I love that. All right, so Susan, you started off the conversation talking about all the messaging that is sent to women. And one of those messages is the trad wife trend. Now, in this doc, you discuss the research that actually reveals that most women weren't happy in their traditional roles. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, the trad wife movement is a huge trend, and a big part of it is sort of romanticizing the past. This idea that people were happier in the past, things were simpler, we had our gender roles. So we wanted to look at the data of what the past actually told us. And when housewives from that time period were interviewed, they revealed that we aren't really that happy. We don't feel a sense of fulfillment or equality. And that's what sort of sparked the 60s wave of feminism and equality. So there's a big irony there when it comes to the trad wife movement.
Yeah, people are selectively romanticizing certain parts of it, even though it wasn't actually accurately that way at the time.
That's right.
Alysha, you mentioned in the film, which I thought was really interesting, that femininity and in particular beauty have become more and more important in sport as a way of trying to achieve pay equity with male athletes.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about that and the pay inequality piece as well?
Well, I think right now we're doing such a great job as female athletes to really like set that standard and raise the bar, that we're like going to these meetings and we're putting our foot down and we want to be paid equally. I know the tennis girls are doing that right now. And so, but women have so many attributes. Why wouldn't we benefit from what we're great at? And I think that that's been something that I've always been so passionate about. It's not just going to be a beauty look. Something could be like a mindset that you have is beautiful. And I think a lot of times we're raised on staying in this little box of trying to be fit in this way because we're supposed to do something like this. And social media and the world that we're in now, there's so much capabilities of being successful at a high level where everybody's can be successful. And that's what I was trying to express is these are what I feel my most strengths are. So I'm going to focus on my strength, which is my athleticism, my beauty, my mind, my entrepreneurial skills, and let's just cash it all out.
But was the motivation, I'm just curious about this because like, it was the motivation to get to, like, because you make, can you talk about just generally as an athlete, how much you were making as an Olympian?
Yeah, so I mean, the government, the CAP program is $21,000 a year.
$21,000 a year for what she does. Like that's just, I just want people to recognize that. And how much would male athletes around the same?
So they would make that, but like my Nike contract would probably be like 20% what a guy would make.
Okay. Okay. So oh, that's interesting.
So even with the even with the brand partnerships, you're not making as much.
No, not at all. And then you go on to each events. So sprinters will make more than pole vaulters, and pole vaulters will make more than throwers. So it just like keep taking percents off as you go, and then all of a sudden, oh, you have Instagram followers, we'll add a couple extra $1,000 because you have followers.
Oh, wow.
So you start to figure out these loopholes to try to make a living and to try to do something, because when you look at Olympic athletes, we're not there because of the money. We're there to put on a maple leaf and to represent the country at its highest level. And thank you. and that's been my favorite part of track. But I recognized after doing one Olympics that I wanted to do another one, and now I've done third, got a medal, and I want to do one more. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to start from ground zero when I'm 34. That ain't right. So why don't I use what I'm really good at, talking, showing my athleticism, my beauty, and doing as much as I can to monetize myself right now as an athlete, and then figure it out after.
Smart businesswoman. That's what I'm looking at. Wow.
Try.
All right, so Susan, in the doc, Sarah Lacey actually discusses the anti-feminist perspective that says that women making money on their sexuality is not empowering because it's still playing into the male gaze. What were your thoughts on her opinion?
Yeah, like yourselves, I'm not a user of OnlyFans, so I can only speak to it from the outside. But I think when we try to make sense of these trends, we often want to put them in boxes. Are they good or are they bad? Are they empowering or are they not? And I think that's missing an opportunity to have a bigger curiosity around why people are using OnlyFans. And it's like femininity itself. It's so individual in terms of the motivation of what's drawing people to it. So I think having these real conversations about it is so beneficial.
Fantastic. Congratulations on the documentary. Great work. Thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Susan
and Alysha, thank you so much. You can catch Big Feminine Energy on CBC Gem.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.